Valley Club, the Blastaar Trials are here in the game. How hard are you going for this second version? We also have Battleworld 2.0 right around the corner. How big is the hype level? And how hard are you pushing for these purple ISO 8.4 auctions? We're talking about all of these topics and a bunch more in this edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. Joining me all the way from the Danger Room is my brother DorkyDad, and for all these topics and more, then brother Dorky, let him know what to do.
Let's go smash it.
Oh yeah, welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. This is my brother DorkyDad, and this is your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. Do this every single week, keeping you up to date on everything that has happened and is upcoming in Marvel Strike Force. And if you get some value from today's video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new Marvel Strike Force video goes up. But DorkyDad, it has been way too long. How have you been enjoying Marvel Strike Force, and how has life been treating you? It looks like life's been treating you well. How's Marvel Strike Force been treating you though?
Yeah, Marvel Strike Force has been pretty good. I gotta be honest, this week is a little bit, it's a little, I don't want to say dull. It's a weird place because there's stuff going on, but I just don't have any interest in doing it for some reason.
I think it's because the rewards, and I would like, the game's been in good places and bad places before. Right now, I don't think it's a bad place. It's just in a boring place, and it feels like that for the past couple of weeks. But there's a lot that I'm hyped about coming up, so I hope we get out of this lull very soon. Let's talk about, before we get into some of these things coming up, let's talk about the latest promo code. This one is from the Counting Corner. October counts, all spelled out, all caps. This is expiring in 5 days from now. So next Tuesday, October 14th is when this is expiring. So make sure you claim this if you haven't already done this. It is for some training modules and some supply credits. Did you already claim this?
No, I need to. I am out of supply credits, which means I cannot actually do additional war tax. So I need 100,000 supply credits like now.
Okay, well, you can get it right now, but if you forget about it for some reason, you still have a few more days to claim this, expiring 5 days from now. So get that stuff. But the big thing in the game right now, at least for me, is these Blastaar Trials. Second run of this. So I guess before we get into this trials and the gameplay itself, this is second round. We're supposed to have all 7 stars. They want a lot of the community to have 7 red stars, 7 gold stars by the time this ends. This means, are we getting another one? Because this is month 3, but this is only second time we've had this because they didn't do anything during month 1. So are we getting another event after this, or is this done and then we're just gonna have like the replacement type events like Quasar's event is going on right now?
No, I think we're going to have another run of this. I think that the first run was super stalled out. This is what, 2 weeks after we're having the second event. So I'm thinking in 3 weeks, we'll probably, like 3-4 weeks, we might have the third run of it. When I got an exclusive for this event, right, and the changes they were doing to the leaderboards, I was told that like engaged players are still going to be able to walk away with 7 red, 7 yellow star Blastaar, and that's not true if only 250 people can get the 7 red star. So that to me says we're getting another event, and it's likely going to be a milestone reward for the 7 red star Blastaar for those who are brave enough to get through the nodes that we're currently facing.
And now, do you think that it's coming? Is it going to be sometime during October that we're getting a third event?
Yeah, I would think so. I think it's going to be like the last day of this chapter. They'll just throw it up there, like, hey, we were right, we were truthful. The third run happened right before the chapter ended.
And it's going to have to be super easy if they're holding on to what they say, which is more players getting red stars and stuff. Because right now, yeah, you're right. Only 250 players are getting it. So, and if they're not extending this into November potentially, which I thought they were going to do, if we're getting a third run, I guess we're so early in October that they can do a third run in October. So, yeah, I guess we're getting another one. How are you liking the difficulty of this one?
Yeah, so I had a blast doing it. It was a lot of fun. I didn't turn on all the super difficult packs that I did the first time because, quite honestly, I went hard on the first event, right? I did all the packs turned on. I did efficiency. I got myself top 250. I got the main reward for that. My Blastaar still came up short at 5 red stars for what I need him to do in Crucible. The 2 red star difference isn't enough to care so much, so I'm just kind of going for top 2,500, which means I did one run. I didn't put the extra health on. I didn't put Vile Rally or the Trauma one on. And I'm just chilling. And I should get my 6 red star. And then I'm going to take them for their word and assume that we're going to be getting a third run where the 7th red star is going to be pretty obtainable. And I don't think it's going to be that big a turnaround. So I don't think the time exclusive advantage on the Blastaar red star is going to, put me in a bad mood.
Yeah, them missing that first month really kind of sets back what I think their design plans were. How many mods did you have? You said you did all but 2. I only have 170. I didn't put a lot of them on.
No, I did all but 4. I didn't do
all
any
but
of the
4. Oh my
mods.
goodness.
Yeah.
I thought you wanted an easy time through. What the heck, dude?
It wasn't bad. It took me 2 hours on the stream to get through it.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to do this in a half an hour to make a video. That didn't go well. So I'm like, I'm just not doing a video. But did some more nodes on stream. Got to node 7. We didn't play these yet, so hopefully we get through it. But right now, where am I at? I'm at rank 3,400. I'll be happy if I'm inside the top 5,000, especially if there's another event coming up. I'm not feeling like I really have to push on this. But I guess if you're more into Crucible or more into War, more pushing.
Yeah, I feel like if you beat this event, you're probably locking in at top 2,500 with the way the leaderboard is currently moving. I think the difficult level of the final Insidious 6 nodes, and just honestly the difficulty level of node 3, that was the nightmare node of the last trial. It's so early in this trial. I think a lot of people are just like, you know what, I'm okay. I'm okay not doing this. This
one failed. We failed a bunch on stream on this node 3. It was.
It's a rough one. It's a very rough note. And I think there's a lot of people that are passing on this event because of that. Also because maybe they feel like me. And it feels like we just did the Blastaar trial like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks when you have kids? That's like that, man. It feels like it was a one-day turnover. So I think there's probably a lot of people a little bit burnt out on just this sort of event. Even though I love this sort of event, and lots of people do. I think that's probably factoring in. And then the rewards being like very time exclusive. And no, we didn't have any interesting milestone awards for this one.
I see nothing in here. I mean, the best thing here is Armory 20 orb fragments, but if you have Professor X, these are not as exciting. So yeah, this is not, for me, this is not exciting. I would have loved to see it, maybe not a lot because they still want to make that exclusive, but some purple ISO 8-4 in this. That would have made me way more excited, especially for these ranking rewards, not just for Blastaar, but put a little bit in there. I would be like, oh yeah, definitely have to push for this, but with just some older type of rewards and something that I'm probably gonna get anyway, even if I don't do well in the ranking, this one's not as exciting. But gameplay wise, it is pretty fun. I would say that. Yeah, rewards wise, it's pretty lacking.
To do it one time, it's fun. The second time, it would be fun.
I don't think I'm going to go through this second time, but trying a few different things, trying to get through this the first time, it's pretty fun so far. So I haven't gotten stuck yet.
Yeah, you know what I would also say about these rewards is the milestone rewards are worse than we had with Quasar, because for Quasar, the final milestone gave 25 Mystic of each mini unique for Gear Tier 20, where here we're getting I think 7 orbs, which is the equivalent of what 28 pieces of Gear Tier 20. So we're getting half as much Gear Tier 20 for these milestones than we got.
And it's more grindy. It's more grindy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. That's not equating right now, Scopely. Fix your stuff that's coming up. All right. Another thing that I'm pretty hyped about is Battleworld 2.0 Century Void. The boss looks fun to play. What is your hype level for this? Are you as hyped as I am, or is this just like Battleworld 1? I was super hyped for it and it didn't turn out how we wanted. Are you expecting the same for Battleworld 2? Or are you expecting this to be different? The two new things are this chaos mission, which sounds fun, and the timed mission where you have to beat it with your Quasar Blastaar. Those two sound fun, and the boss fight sounds a lot more fun as well. But what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on it when it was released, and what is your hype level right now? Because I think it's coming very soon.
Yeah, I think it's coming very soon too. My thoughts would be, it's going to be a step in the right direction from what Battleworld 1 was. I think it's going to feel a lot of the same after we do it once or twice. It kind of feels like Raids 2.0, and until they can really change like dynamic gameplay to it, it's always going to feel like that, even if they do like there's a time part to it, and there's this chaos node where it's going to be a rotating character list. That definitely adds interest, so there's something there. But I think it's a step in the right direction, but we're not through the door yet. And as far as the boss goes, I have absolutely zero excitement for the second time I fight the boss. For the first time I fight the boss, it's going to be very fun, because it's going to be like, oh, look at all these cool animations, these mechanics. I'm going to be doing some damage to him, find some teams that work really well on him. And the upside to the Sentry fight is that there's not going to be that ridiculous 10 million barrier that Null was just applying to himself every turn once you got to a certain part of the match because his speed stat was too crazy and he would just get like infinite energy from having a certain amount of rage stacks. Yeah. So at least that's not going to be there, but everything else that made the Null fight boring to me is there. He gets speed bar when you hit him. You can't put slow on him. He can't be turn meter rewind. There's a bunch in the damage cap. Yeah, the hard damage cap is going to ruin it a lot as well. I think they need to find a way to code maximum health out of Battleworld boss fights, and so they can remove that damage cap. Because I go back to this, my Professor X with offense up, and he does his ultimate into somebody that has defense down, he can hit for 15 million, and that feels sick. That feels awesome, right? So if I set up Sentry to do that, my Professor X is ulting with offense up into him having defense down. It's capped at, I think, 4 million for his normal form, 5 million for void form. And that takes so much fun out of like the build-ups, like setup in our kind of strategy game. Whereas, Professor X basic, if he's a striker, will also just do 5 million. So it's like, what am I doing?
I think the problem is the damage cap, like you mentioned, but also the rewards. Because the way Battleworld 1 was, if your alliance kills Null, it doesn't really matter. The rewards are going to be the same for you and the rest of your alliance. I think there needs to be some kind of tiered rewards. There is worth pushing, because I'll sit through a 20-minute boring fight if I know the rewards after it are going to be good, if I do better in that fight. Or if I just auto the fight, I'm not going to get as much rewards. Right now, doesn't matter. I could sit through one fight that 5 minutes and do really bad, or I could sit through 3 20-minute fights. Rewards are going to be exactly the same. So I think for myself, what their big miss was for Battleworld 1, there was no rewards for pushing. There was no milestone rewards. There's no like leaderboard. There's no incentive to keep pushing. So I think if they remove the damage cap, let the damage be whatever the hell they want, and reward players for pushing, I think that will make this second, third, fourth, fifth boss fight a lot more fun. Because I think a lot of people are like you and me, looking forward to that first version of the boss fight. But what's going to happen the second time? Like if the rewards are better, I don't care if it's boring. I want good rewards. I want purple ISO 8. I want blue marble. I want Sentry Void. That's what I want to chase. And if none of my efforts lead me to getting that chase quicker, it's like what is the point?
Yeah, I agree with you. For the Null Battleworld, I think there was a certain amount of Null takedowns you had to do to get that max milestone. I think it was 4, but people with Astral were able to take down 50% of a Null. So if 8 people in your alliance hit auto, you got it, right? So that took a lot of the fun away from it. They took the leaderboards down because, and I kind of want to give them some leeway on this, because there's how many thousands of players. They would have to make the mechanics on the boss so airtight against a lot of the things that we can do that players will find some sort of crazy exploit like we found with Astral Mephisto.
Or not. Maybe they don't have to make it that tight. If they have a expansive enough leaderboard, then the top of the leaderboard is the one that's doing whatever that mechanic is. And then if you're not paying attention to what's going on in the meta, you're not cheesing it and getting those top rewards. And I think there's some reward for that kind of stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's I feel like they could make this a lot more fun.
The last thing you would want is to have a really rewarding leaderboard, and then your alliance leader is like, okay, I need all 23 of you to put up Mephisto Astral against Null, hit auto, and come back 48 hours from now. Make sure you end the fight right before it ends so we all cap in all that damage, right? Like that's something you definitely want to avoid, which they do. They have the new mechanics that kind of have like a
timer, the boss timer. That tells them. But they shouldn't have a damage limit. The time, I understand. The damage cap, that's unnecessary if the rewards are
I agree. The damage cap needs to go, and to do that they have to find a way to limit max health. You can't have Apocalypse hitting Sentry for 60% of his life. I totally understand that, but you need to find a way to make those abilities make sense so that other characters, other more interesting characters, can flourish.
I mean, there could be something that they rated in all the boss passives, right? The like max or percent damage don't work against, something like that. So they could limit those type of moves, but it's just it can make it a lot more fun, but I'm looking forward to at least that first fight. Hopefully they do something to incentivize that second fight on this. But yeah, this chaos missions sound fun. Time missions sound fun. Chaos just looks like you could go crazy with the rules and everything, kind of like Danger. I'm just going crazy with the rules. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward for that as well. So yeah, my hype level is pretty high right now.
For sure.
What is your hype level for Zombie Kestrel? I think she's coming very, very soon as well. She looks great. New battlefield effect. The reworks to Undying look great. Some are pretty minimal, some are pretty big. What is your initial take on Zombie Kestrel?
Yeah, I'm very excited for the Zombie Kestrel, but more so because of what she's doing to her team, right? The reworks that you're talking about, some are very impactful. Zombie Scarlet Witch stopping speed stat gain just as a plug and play character now is crazy. Hela getting speed up, as well as all the zombies getting speed up, is great. And the fact that they've already retroactively changed Zombie Iron Man's speed stat to make sure he continues to go before Hela, so you can spread that ability block. They were very active when we gave them that feedback, so that was good there too.
Do you think that was intentional, or they wanted to try to change up the whole Undying thing? Because previously you would have Zombie Iron Man go with the ability block, Hela spreads it with her ult. The way they initially changed it, she would be going before Zombie Iron Man. Now it's back to working that way. Do you think that they changed it pretty quick, so I would guess no, but do you think that they wanted to try to change up the whole Undying, the way that my team works, the mechanics of that?
If I had to guess, the way they do testing is probably the same way we do testing. 7 red stars on everybody versus 7 red stars on everybody on the opposite field, right?
Yeah.
Even without the turn order that we're used to, that makes more sense as far as the theme of the team goes. I bet their Undying team was demolishing every single team they wanted it to demolish, even with an out of whack turn order. So they didn't
notice it. They didn't see it.
So it's probably an oversight, but now that they put it in, it'll probably allow the Undying team to do bigger punch-ups into the matches that they were testing on that they wanted to win. So they're like, okay, just throw it back in, make it make sense. Because they're all epic characters, so makes sense.
We got a few war teams. Brimstone, Undying, Secret Warriors, Infestation's got a rework. What is the top war team in your opinion? I mean, some are for defense, some are for offense. So what would you say is the top offense, and what is the top defense at this point now?
Brimstone is the top for both.
For offense and defense. All right. Where does Infestation lie? If you're hardcore into war, does it make sense building up that team?
Infestation? No, they'd be at the very bottom.
No,
right?
Just at the bottom. Okay. And Secret Warriors, more offense than defense?
Oh, only offense. And
only offense.
A top 3 team, a top 3 cookie cutter team for sure.
Okay. And a lot of people will be getting Phantom Rider free to play this week, so I do want to talk about that a little bit more. But I want to come back to this Undying team. Kestrel looks great. The Undying team looks great. I think just like every time they get a rework, they'll have value in Cosmic Crucible. Do you see value for this team anywhere else? Potentially having anybody slide into Arena, any of the towers or pocket dimensions. Where else will this team have use?
I don't think they'll have that great of use. I think Zombie Kestrel will, with a speed stat of 129. Anytime a character's speed stat is over kind of what I would consider the baseline of current meta, which is 127, you start looking at them and, okay, what does their opening ability do? So with 129, Kestrel definitely gets to look. I haven't gone over her kit yet to see what is not Locks Behind War, but I assume there is something interesting there. With the new stats, obviously the pre-taunting Juggernaut, he gets a little bit more value. Just the new stats in general is going to make them good for some PvE content. But I think the most curious thing about this team is that outside of war, it's very easy to sub out Zombie Scarlet Witch. You sub out Zombie Scarlet Witch, you can put in a interesting plug-and-play character that'll either let them go first, and if they go first, it'll kind of feel like how they play in war. And that can make them more useful in PvE content. In Crucible, there's just not enough rooms to give them any use. So,
of all these reworks, what is your favorite? Because I'll tell you, some don't really have too much, but for me, it's this passive right here. An extra Greg on the field. That's Undead Asgardian. When Zombie Kestrel's on there, she gets an extra Greg. What is your favorite rework? Is it something with Hela, some of the other characters? Is it just the stats that some of the characters got?
Yeah, so the stats is definitely the coolest thing about these reworks, is just kind of bringing them all up to the meta. I love that they retouched Zombie Scarlet Witch stats as well, because even though she had those post-Aerie stats, it never felt like she did. So seeing that they gave this big a jump means I wasn't crazy. So just them reworking the stats here makes me very excited. I really like all these new teams. Like, although Infestation, I think, is a bottom defense team, that with the new stats, they still beat, or at least can hang with, their old counters, like the Nowhere team, right? So by just giving us these new teams, and they're not necessary. These are not Conqueror teams. We don't need them for Blastaar. They haven't forced us to use Secret Warriors or Infestation in any sort of event like a Pocket Dimension or a Tower or anything like that. So they seem like they're optional teams that players can build up at their own discretion. And I love that. And I hope they keep doing more like that. And if they give us tokens, for the love of God, make sure it's all working properly right away. Issue no refunds, none of that, because that was a GD gong show.
I like compensation though. I like when a certain amount of the players get some weird things and everybody gets compensated for that. That's my favorite in the game.
Yeah, but it sucks when certain players got a lot and then other players get nothing, because that happened to a few people.
I know, but you know, for myself, it's like they might have got more than me, but I didn't have to do anything. I got free stuff. Maybe they got screwed and got more as a result, but I didn't get screwed and I did nothing, and I got so. I'm fine with they get more result. Well,
fair enough.
But you know what I don't like, Dorky?
What was that?
All these red dots. Why don't these red dots ever go away? Speaking of Undying, we got these Undying events in the game. The Hunger Flash. I mean, if you need the old T3 level ions, I guess it's good. If you need some fragments for Armory 19, I guess that's good. But this Undying Rampage, my goodness. First time rewards are fine. I like that. But why do we have energy? Because there's nothing to use this on. There's no reason. So except for getting a red dot, why are they doing it like this with this event? Why didn't they just give like tokens? We do it one time, because all there is first time rewards on this. What is up with these Undying events? They're like so unfun to me right now.
Yeah, I think that Undying Rampage one in particular is super awkward. So it lasts for what, 60 days when it first started, right?
So dumb.
And people are missing those showcases. We do have the Secret Warriors showcase, so we at least have one running right now. But I guess the whole idea with this is probably a copy paste of one of last year's or the year before's Undying events, where instead of having, because on those events we used to be able to farm, I think it was Zombie Scarlet Witch orb fragments, right? And they just took those out.
I'm guessing there's more, because they haven't released Zombie Kestrel yet, and there's probably going to be another event. But this is structured so weird. Why?
Yeah.
They just like us to have these red dots or use this useless energy to get nothing. It's just.
Yeah, there definitely should have been a way to farm Zombie Scarlet Witch shards while we wait for the Kestrel chapter, right? And that would have made a lot of sense. And hopefully we'll be able to farm some Zombie Kestrel shards in the next chapter.
That would be cool. Yeah, I mean, she's an older character at this point. That was last year's cell. This year's cell is Zombie Kestrel. So I understand if there's things with that, but Zombie Scarlet Witch at this point is an older character. Yeah. And I don't know. Hopefully they can update these Hunger and Thirst. It did have some crappy RNG, especially with some of these events, but the rewards just they're more for older players. They need some updated rewards for end game players as well, I think.
I agree, especially the Thirst one. It was a very, very difficult one, and because they added a difficulty to it, right? Yeah. So there was difficulty to it. We didn't really know what the vampires were doing. If you got through that and you were able to 3-star that challenge, I think it probably should have been awarding tier 20.
You just need Agatha and Blade to attack the right characters to at least defeat one of those defilers. If they survive and you get the bad oranges, just restart. It's just there's not a lot of control over it. You just need good RNG, which is why it's such bad design. It's not like good gameplay. You just need Agatha to, on her extra attack, to attack somebody else. All right, another thing I have to complain about is all these auctions. What is up with all these auctions? There's no way to grind for like the latest thing I want. The only way to get this ions, this level 4 ions, is to complete in this leaderboard auction, which Cosmic Crucible battles is a normal scoring method. Battle in Arena War with a Hellstrom, so you had to either buy or core the latest character for that. Other inputs here are spending power cores, and then this diamond orb fragments, which is another spending one. So what are your thoughts on all these events? I mean, there's probably offers that you get points for it. Is it worth this level 4 ions, because I mean, even if you get a lot of level 4 ions, you still need level 5 to unlock blue marble. So this is only half of the piece for blue marble. Are you grinding on this? I'm not really grinding on this. I'm not really grinding last week either. I would love to grind, but this is more purchasey stuff. At least spending a lot of power cores, using up the power cores. So I'm kind of going soft in this. What are you doing with this?
I went crazy for Daemon.
Okay.
I went crazy for Daemon because I love him in PvP. 134, he hit so hard. So I'm doing really well in this event because I got him up to 5 or 6 stars because I got lucky on some of the pity orbs. But as far as like spending goes, you're home. Thank you. Sorry, my wife just walked in. I thought she was at work.
No worries.
Where was I?
Spending.
As far as spending goes, this one seems really awkward, and it is back to back with the last leaderboard, right? I would expect the leaderboards to continue every week. I know that the players' voice council had like a meeting, and they said that was one of their concerns. Either we're gonna get leaderboards every week because of exactly what you said, which is that it's only half the grind for blue marble. Yeah. And by needing, it's like 600,000 purple 4 and purple 5 ions per character, and we're getting how much? And we need 20 characters total. Blue Marvel's got to be around the corner because they've already dropped all the information for him, right? Think of the turnaround time it took before Purple ISO was introduced and the Odin unlock opened up. So I actually think that Blue Marvel's probably coming maybe early December. And just like mathematically, they would have to run a leaderboard giving Purple ISO literally every week so that the people who are getting like top 100 will still be able to get in there. So it's gonna be pretty leaderboard heavy.
I would say December at the earliest. I think they could extend it to January, February, but yeah, earliest I would say December. I think we have all of October, all of November to grind for this stuff, and then we'll get this stuff. But that doesn't feel good. I want to grind. I don't want to spend. I don't want to use my power cores. Brimstone team actually kind of is worth it, especially if you're into Battleworld. But if you're not into Battleworld, not into War, I think that's a skip type team. And I guess you're missing out a little bit on Void Century as well. But I think Battleworld is a good team for me. I just I've been using my power cores, and I don't know if I want to use it for Hellstrom yet. I think I want to save some for Mummy, and then the last character of Hellcat when she comes out as well. So I want to save my power cores for the last character. Other thing I want to talk about is what else? This command center, right? For myself, I thought the way that this was introduced, like command center would make everything easier. But since it's got introduced, we still have all these milestones. There's still current events that are in this milestone and these leaderboards. But we have the command center. So for myself, all it's done is make it more complicated, which I think was opposite of their intent. Do you think we still have more updates to come with this? Do you think they're done for a while? What is going on with this? Because this has just made it way more complicated for me, not easier. Am I silly, or has it done that for you as well?
No, you're not crazy, because what it feels like, it's two different locations for something, for basically the same structure, right? It's events that have inputs. Now the command center, it looks better. It's more clean. Like if that's what we had from the beginning, I think we'd all be very comfortable with that. They need to find a way to get the events that are going into that milestones tab into that command center and make it make sense, right? You'd have to add some sort of interface for the leaderboard portion of things, for alliance participation, but you need to get rid of that milestone tab at some point. If you go into I think it's still up there right now. In the command center right now, there is at the very bottom, is that what's the objectives on that one?
Crucible battles, Gear 20 war battles.
Broken King week 10. What are the objectives for that one? I think it's like raid with Hellfire or something like that, I believe.
That one looks done.
Play battle. Okay, I'm not going crazy because I did see it before. We had a command center event that was raid with Hellfire Club. And then in the milestone tab, we have the raid with Insidious 6. So we were being asked to raid with two different teams. And it was just like, what are we doing? Like, that should have just been one event. All the rewards should have been in the command center, or all those rewards should have been in the milestone tabs. But because the raid with Insidious 6 was an alliance event, those events don't go in the command center. It was all very it's so redundant. It's just like, it's got to be crunched down to make it make more sense so that there's less things to keep track of. Because like you said, right now, keeping track of everything is like, oh my God.
this is built to make it easier for us, but this has done nothing for myself but make it harder. Like everything was right in this tab before, and yeah, we'd have to scroll through a bunch of stuff, but we can kind of see what's going on. Now with this, I got to go a couple different places. I still have all these red dots in our events tabs, and that hasn't been cleared up yet because sometimes they're in event tabs, sometimes they're in the campaign tabs. They're just very, very messy. Are you bored right now? I feel like I'm bored. I've been bored for the past couple weeks. What do you? Yeah, let me start with that. Are you bored? Because I feel I'm pretty bored. Like I said, it's not a bad place. It's just kind of a boring place the past couple weeks.
Bored may not be the right word, but that's because I'm very busy with like our alliance likes war, right? So as soon as you like both game modes and you're putting time into it, it's hard to get bored. It's more easy to get burnt out. I'm not bored yet, but I'm also not excited. I'll say that because I get excited from like the flash events that are super fun, right? Blastaar evasion event would normally do that, but because I feel like we just had it yesterday, it's not tickling my fancy, right? I think I'm hungry for like a new tower, but with new floors, new combat. I'm hungry for something like that, and we haven't really gotten that in a while. I think that we scared them off of doing the different pocket dimensions and stuff like that. The towers, I think they know that without any new floors, we're just going to clown on them for it, and it will be boring, and it will just be a race to the top of the tower in one day. And then how many teams can we use to beat the same Mephisto Panda Pool team we've been fighting for the last year and a half? So I think that there needs to be some developmental time put into Flash PvE events for people to get excited about weekly, right? We should have a Danger Room 1 week, a Tower the next week, Sentry City or whatever the Battleworld is called the week after that. There should be something every single week that is different than your war, than your Crucible, than your raids to eat up your time. And maybe it doesn't need you to touch it every single day, but it's available to you for the duration of the week.
Personally, I think for myself, it's as soon as I got Professor X, I have nothing to chase. Obviously, I want Blue Marvel and Purple ISO 8 4 is a big chase that I want. That's the only thing that I'm really wanting right now is that Purple ISO 8. And the only way to get that is from leaderboard auctions, not even just from grinding. So I think that's led to a lot of these events just not feeling as fun and stuff. Just the rewards, I think, need more. And I think a lot of it leads back to what Ryan Jacobson was saying on the call, that the game is consuming content way faster than they can make it, which is why we get in this place so fast. They released this Blastaar event and done. They released a new Danger Room. It's a 10-day event, but hardcore players done within 1 day. So I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. Maybe adding more devs. They get some good profits. Maybe adding more devs to add more content at a rate that we can't consume it fast enough. But
I definitely agree. Do you remember back in the day? I think it was when, I don't know if it was Super Scroll or if it was Apocalypse, but their progression path was either Gear to Rise, so whatever it was, and we were immediately earning that material in the new raid. And so it felt like we were not, it wasn't just auctions. There was auctions. You could pay your way to get it faster, right? And there was offers and all that, but you could also slowly earn it by being in a super engaged alliance. And I think they're definitely missing that. Like, why shouldn't you get awarded a little bit of Purple ISO depending on what war rank you are? And same thing with Crucible. And why can't those game modes give you that so you feel like you're earning it, and then give bigger chunks in the auctions for those players that are, buying that stuff up to have their big advantages? I 100%
agree.
Earlier.
Just psychologically, even if I'm getting hardly any, that's going to make like a very little dent. Just if I'm getting some, I'm like, oh yes, this is an exciting event. How much Purple ISO 8 did you say we need for?
I think it's like 600,000
per character. All right, so giving out a little bit here and there, hundreds, even thousands, wouldn't make that much of a dent towards our stuff, but at least psychologically it would feel better,
Break it down to one. Okay, what does one Purple 4 crystal cost to equip? I think it's 171,000 or something like that. Give that as like the top end reward if you're in a Diamond Alliance. and then cut off with 10% for every rank that drops down. So people want to push. So you want to be up there and you want to be doing good. And every single time a war finishes, oh, I can equip 1 crystal. And then it's fun. You're anticipating the end of that war. I miss that. I miss anticipating the end of raids to go and open up the orbs or whatever I got and hopefully be able to do something to the character.
Oh, right? Cosmic Crucible was like that for me as well. After we're done with it, immediately like, oh, how many more Silver Surfer shards can I get? Or oh, what character shards can I get? And it was fun, but that has not felt like that for a while. Just the rewards have not been meaningful. Same thing with War. I think my whole attitude for War would change if they gave some meaningful rewards with it. Same thing with Crucible. I'm getting kind of bored of Crucible, but I think if they gave some meaningful rewards, even if it's very minimal, I'd at least look forward to like, oh, it's reward, it's payout time. Yes.
Brother, I'm telling you, psychologically, if a war finish, you're able to put 2% upgrade on armor for 1 character, most people would still be excited to do that. And it's just, it won't really affect them.
I hate War. I would be super excited for that. And I hate War. I'd be super excited if that happened. Oh, winning actually matters? Heck yeah, let's go try to win this war instead of pretty much the same if we win or lose, whatever.
Yeah.
The Scopely, there's a lot that you could do. Very minimal things you could do that increase the fun exponentially. Hopefully you take some of these suggestions. Hopefully you guys are watching this, take some of these suggestions. But going back to War, we got a new war season this week, and it really emphasizes Secret Warriors, Undying characters, Brimstone allies. So all these teams we mentioned are like the top teams in War right now. How was your initial War? Did you notice these rules? Were they impactful enough? And did they add more fun, less fun, same amount of fun?
I did not know they were currently in effect. I did not know they were currently in effect, which is unfortunate because I actually really like this.
So I guess they didn't change much for you.
I guess not. Nope.
All right. Anything else about War, or should we just move on to Cosmic Crucible? Because if you didn't notice it, that goes a lot of my questions out the window.
Well, let me say this. I really like the fact that they're doing a Halloween-themed war season, and it's going to be a shorter season. I love that. I love, like, a seasonal season. Like, let's get a Christmas season next time. I agree. That.
I agree. That's good.
Yeah, they might have to dial it up a bit so people actually know what's happening, though. I don't know.
Or increase the reward so players like me, we're like, let's play War. Heck yeah, it's wartime, baby.
There you go. Hey, I just solved it. Have a milestone where you got to earn jack-o'-lanterns, and it's the War Halloween season. Give out jack-o'-lanterns per war that you win. Let's go. We did it. All right.
That's a great idea. How many devs is it going to take to implement that? That's the problem, though, Dorky. I don't know if they have enough devs to implement that, but
yeah,
there's so many cool things they can do. All right, moving on to Cosmic Crucible. We're talking a little bit about this before this went live. I know what your answer is going to be because I already asked you before this, but what are you doing for this season of Cosmic Crucible with all these new rules? Have you switched up your defenses yet?
I've switched up my defense.
That's better. That's better than me. I haven't switched up. These are still the old defenses from the last rules. I guess the big thing. Let's backtrack a little. No Ultimate 32. And I guess no more Ultimate 32s until they solve the problem of dropping ranks, gaining ranks in that, because I know some people don't like the Ultimate 32. And their big complaint is, oh, I drop ranks. I work all this time during the season to increase my rank, and then just 1 week of Ultimate 32 drops that whole thing. So it's not returning. What are your thoughts on the Ultimate 32 not returning?
Yeah,
until that part's fixed.
Yeah, until they can fix it so that it's separate from the regular Crucible combat, I'm fine with that. It didn't bother me when it did the trophy thing. I just kind of feel like, oh, it's Crucible, who cares? But if that's bothering other people, sure, take it out, fix that, and then we can have like a nice little break in between seasons, or maybe they can put special rewards in it instead of taking trophies off. It's fine, yeah.
Yeah, for myself, it was fine too. I kind of like the Ultimate 32 because it's easy Crucible days, and it's 5 days instead of 3 harder days. So I kind of like that, especially from content creation's perspective, streaming more, being able to be online more with the community. So I like that part. I also didn't know the trophy losses and things like that, and I guess because the rewards for Crucible are very similar, whether you're winning or losing or up a few tiers or down a few tiers. It's not that much different. But maybe if it was like purple ISO 8, I would really care about this a lot more and get way more engaged. But I don't know. What room has you the most perplexed, or are they all pretty easy to figure out? You just got to decide what you want to do with it.
I think stage 1 and stage 6 are the most important rooms. Stage 1 is not very complicated. Stage 1 is kind of like, okay, what teams would benefit from doing assists and what teams can turn assist off, right? So
are you looking for characters with strong basics or just strong like assist counter attacks?
Well, I was actually looking at teams that would stop the enemy from getting assists and then would have pretty decent attacks. So for me, that was Cursed, Professor X. Yeah, Echo can step in there and take assists off. But if you put a team on defense there that is really powerful, like a Cursed, there's not room for somebody to bring Echo in with them, or they'll just die because they won't have enough damage to do what they need to do, right? So that's kind of where I was looking at for stage 1. Stage 6, I'm going to open up a beer and sit back and watch people on opening day and see how messed up this is. Because they're trying something really fun here, really interesting. But whenever they've tried to play with speed, it sometimes causes issues. So we're going to see how this affects things. Of course, interesting characters to put in here would be your Emma X, your 3 Fantastic Four members, again, your Recurse, your Star Jammers, whatever can turn off speed stat gains, because this room is all about speed stat. By having speed up or by having these debuffs and then clearing negative effects, you get speed up. So you want to take the enemies out before it's their turn, which is the same as every other match. So you want to put in a team that's going to be able to eat a couple of attacks and hopefully benefit from that speed up, and hopefully will not put speed stat increases on the enemy team here, which again, it's pretty much where you put in a Curse and when you put in Professor X. And I think that those two are going to be either stage 1 or stage 6 if you have them both on defense. The other 4 rooms, I have no idea. Everything just kind of seems like, hey, you either go full offense, you go full defense, and
pretty vanilla, which isn't always a bad thing. But as far as all the planning that you're doing for stage 6, do you think it's even gonna matter? Because the past few stage 6s did not work. I think all of them had Dossier's name attached to it. So do you think that now that Dossier's name is not attached to stage 6, this will actually work, and all your planning and theory crafting will actually pay off because it'll work like intended on day 1?
I hope so. I really hope so. And I hope that Dacier did help them make this room, and then it works for the first week, and then they put his name on it for the second week, and then it all falls to pieces. That would make me so happy.
That would be so classic. That would be so classic. Actually, guys, I did design this room. I'm gonna put my name back. Oh, stop worrying. That would be the best. That would be the best. And they purposely break something in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, that would be great. Let's see what happens in room 6. Let me know your predictions, Valley Club. Will room 6 work correctly on day 1? But let's backtrack a little. We mentioned Phantom Rider. Everyone getting him for free, or engaged players getting him for free this week. You may already have him unlocked already. I know people in my alliance have him unlocked already. I guess I had to do more arena battles on a daily basis. I don't have it unlocked yet, but what are your thoughts on Phantom Rider? More of them in the wild. What will this change for War? Meant for more of an offense team. Do you think people will build them up right away? And at 3 stars, will he make any kind of difference in War initially?
Yeah, even at low stars, currently at 4 yellow, 4 red, he's still able to take out teams like Absolute A-Force with Dormammu and Endgame Thanos, or Dormammu and Super Skrull. So really amazing character. Adds more RNG if you're at 3 or 4 star. Once you get to 5 or 6, kind of takes the RNG out of it. Does Medusa one-shot you, right? Are you underpowered? Do you have him at gear turn 19 or 20 against somebody else's Medusa that might be bigger? Other than that, they could take up pretty much everything else that's not named Professor X or Brimstone. They actually look pretty good against Brimstone because they do have dodges and safeguard, which is an interesting combination against Brimstone. So we're going to see their impacts there. The team is really fun, but it's for War players. So let's be very specific about that. The characters are very fun, but they're for War players, except for Yo-Yo, who's just an amazing plug-and-play character.
All right, so I don't have a lot of gold. I'm not too into War. There's not a lot of great rewards in War right now, so I think I'm probably just gonna leave these characters right here for now.
Yeah, hard skip.
Unfortunately. All right, and I do want to come back to this character model, because as you were talking, I was trying to rotate him. His horse doesn't rotate. Only he rotates. I think that's pretty cool. Did you notice this before?
I did not notice that. Is that a that a PNG horse behind him? No, it's moving. It's moving. Okay,
it's kind of moving. Yeah, his head is moving and stuff. This is cool. I don't know if they've done only certain parts of the character move before. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. I don't know. I think this is kind of cool though. All right,
very cool. I think Robbie the car moves. So
You're probably right, and there's probably there's probably other characters, but this one stood out to me. All right. We're also getting a new character this week, sort of. I guess you could have. No, you couldn't have. But the event for Living Mummy is coming up. Well, actually, he's getting a release tomorrow. So this event is not done for Living Mummy. Still 5 more days. So this is a little interesting. I thought it was going to be like Sebastian Shaw, where you were able to get that unlock and then they'll have a normal offer. Looks like we're getting the normal offers first, and then you're getting this special offer for these extra 75 things. How do you feel about these offers for what they did for Sebastian Shaw? They changed a little for Living Mummy. You think it was unsuccessful? I thought they did it like this because Sebastian Shaw was successful, but now that they're saying it a little earlier, makes me wonder. So what do you think is going on with Living Mummy, and how big of a difference will he make on your roster tomorrow without the full team here?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be helpful. Without Hellcat, the team is not really going to be in its full form no matter what. I really like what they did with Sebastian Shaw, because I think that there's a bunch of different spending groups, right? And for this discounted price, it makes sense for more players to buy it for them. I like that they have that option. I feel like they're going to be doing the Living Mummy normal offers first to see, like, okay, well, who's going to cave and buy all the original offers first, and who's actually going to wait and buy them later. And they're then kind of double dipping into the players that might be willing to buy these offers. I think it's fine. Hey, they're getting a discount. At the end of the day, I would hope everyone is an adult who plays this game, or at least who plays this game and has access to a credit card. I would hope they're an adult and they can make, good decisions. And if you're not in that boat, I'd probably step away from any sort of gacha game.
Yeah. That could they can get addicting. All right, so I guess I'll see. I'm probably not going to do the offers tomorrow.
I'm not doing
when
either.
It comes out, but I don't know if this one's good enough. Maybe I could core on Diamond Hellstrom. How are you pronouncing it? I thought it was Damien, but it's not spelled that way. It's spelled Diamond. So
no,
is it supposed to be Damien and it's reversed, or it's supposed to be Diamond? What is your?
It's Damon. It's Damon.
Damon. Okay.
Yeah. There's no D at
okay.
the end. I think that they had a blog out where there was a D at the end of his name, or there's not supposed to be. It's Damon Hellstrom.
Okay. All right.
It's a weird one for sure.
It is. Okay. So I was not totally right or wrong either.
There you go.
Let's move on to this next one, Superior Spider-Man. He is available in the store, the Antimatter store. So if you need to get some shards for him, he just was made available yesterday. Are you farming as you can see, I'm farming all my characters for Insidious 6 in the store. Are you farming these characters now?
No, I'm they're working in raids. I have Superior Spider-Man at 3 stars. I think Hobgoblin and Scorpion are now at 4 stars. I did farm Hobgoblin from 3 to 4. I'm saving all my antimatter now to farm Damon Hellstrom up to 7 stars, because he is a PvP monster. And then I'll probably try and do something similar for Hellcat, right? Like, this store is going to be ending in 32 days. We were told, anyway, there's not going to be any ISO per 4-5 in this store, but there likely will be at the end of Chapter 3 store.
Which is another reason I think December's the soonest that we could get Blue Marvel, at the very soonest. I think they're really trying to stretch this out.
Fair enough.
Anyway.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm saving my antimatter for Hellcat and for Damon, because I feel like they're going to give me more PvP value than are the Insidious 6 characters. Although Insidious 6 is a really good team.
See, the only reason I'm doing this is because I want to get them to 5 stars, because I know some events require them at 5 stars, although all those events may be over, and it may just be the Brimstone team for the 5 stars. But I'm trying to get these guys to 5 stars just for potential events that may or may not be coming up. Also want to make everyone available, because I didn't I just got these stars for these next few characters. Where are they? Who was just made Farmville? Oh, Satana and these characters. So all these Hellfire Club members. So not Azazel, but because he's part of the not Hellfire Club, the Accursed. Sorry, confused on my stuff. So Accursed is Farmville. He has a double tag, so he's been confusing me. But Helverine, he is in the chapter right now. So his Nexus Hard Mode 1.9. It was available since last week, but I haven't been farming this regularly. So I just want to give a PSA to everybody in case you're like myself and did not notice. Satana was in the Spotlight Raid Orb. So if you haven't opened those and got her 7 stars, get her there. And then the Hood is in the Raid Store / Raid Orb, the normal Raid Orb. So if you don't have all of that, you could get him at 7 stars as well. So just kind of a PSA, because I was forgetting all this stuff. So in case you were forgetting, while watching. Hopefully not. I'm assuming you have all your characters at 7. All these are cursed characters already.
Yeah, I do, but I would like to give a shout out to Scopely for putting Halverine on a good node. Any new character that you're going to put on node, Scopely, if you're watching this, please put it on those nodes that have either the training material or the gold orb fragment. That's the best thing for new players because they need to farm the new characters because the new characters give them the extra resources by using those nodes. Abuse those nodes. It's best.
Yes, and then keep replacing them with the latest characters and take the older characters out. All right, I do got to give them a shout out because this has been broken for so long, but appears to be fixed. Have you noticed that the difficulty selector is not changing anymore? So if you start at difficulty 9, it's going to stay at difficulty 9. These next 2 nodes, the last 2 where you need gear tier 20 in your characters, I normally go down to gear difficulty 7. Yesterday, it went all 9s, 7s here, and I didn't have to switch anything, went back to difficulty 9 for this final node. Today, I did have to switch it from difficulty 7 to difficulty 9. So I'm not sure what was intentional, how it's supposed to work, if it was supposed to be working like yesterday or today. But at least if you have a difficulty, it's gonna stay on that last node. So it's not gonna drop down to normal. If you have it at 7, it may stay on 7. It may go up to 9, but at least it's not dropping. So they did fix this. Have you noticed that they fixed this?
Yeah, it's just I can't tell you how many times I did the last boss on difficulty 1. Oh my god, so much gear tier 20 fragments just lost. So I definitely noticed when they fixed this, and I was very, very happy. I don't want to give them flowers on something that should have already been done, though. It's good they fixed it. It should never have been broken.
Should never have been broken, but considering it took them like 3-4 weeks to fix this, I'm so happy with this now.
Yeah.
Normally I wouldn't shout this. Normally I wouldn't shout this out, but since it's taking so long, I want to give a shout out that it's finally done.
Yeah, I think they needed to do it when a patch hit for whatever reason, so they had to wait that. They probably had the fix for it, but they would have needed to do like a maintenance to get it in.
Oh, it's weird. So some fixes they could do hot fixes. Some they had to wait for a patch. So it's good now. But I'm not sure if it goes automatically up to difficulty 9. Are you doing difficulty 9 on these second to the last and third to the last nodes?
Man, I got so lazy. I put gear tier 20 on Madeline, who I did not want to do it to. I put it on Shocker, who I did not. I put it on OGM. I didn't want to do gear tier 20 on any of those characters, but I am such a lazy creature that I had to just so I can hit auto sim the whole way through and not have to worry about difficulties.
Well, having to click less buttons to switch difficulties and all that, sometimes that's worth the resources because, you know, it saves a couple seconds every single day. Over time, that could save hours. That could save days. So you use some resources, but you might have made it back in the time you're saving.
I like to think so. I like to lie to myself about that. Yeah.
Well, we'll just keep it super positive right now.
There you go.
All right. So that's about it. Not a bad time in the game, just kind of a boring time in the game, which I guess is not as bad as having it be a bad, like hateful time in the game. It's just all right. Let's get some of the stuff that's coming up a lot sooner and maybe increase the rewards, and I'll be super engaged again. But right now it is what it is. I'm kind of hyped for things coming up. What has you most hyped? Battleworld 2, Blue Marvel, anything else coming up? This Undying team, the Brimstone team.
I don't get too excited about new teams coming out because it just means the meta shifts, right? And it's just kind of like you just eventually settle into it again. I guess I'm most excited about Battleworld 2 and feeling the changes because I'm really apprehensive because I was so hyped for Battleworld 1 and then I was so crushed by it. I'm cautious about it. I want to be cautiously optimistic, but I'm not there yet. But I'm curious to try it, and I want to see Sentry Boss. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to unlock Sentry and to play with him. That's probably what I'm most excited about. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to be super, super hyped right now. That way, at least all the way until it's released, I'll be happy. And then we'll see if I'm going to stay happy or not. But I'm super hyped right now. I'm just going to keep that positivity level high. And no trash talking about Battleworld 2 until it's released. And hopefully trash talk. Hopefully it's released. Hopefully it's released fine. Hopefully it's released fine. Yeah, I agree with that.
That's it, guys. Let me know what has you most hype, if anything, or you're just, I don't know, just in a standstill until it gets more engaged for you. All right. Hopefully you got some value from the video. If you did, leave the video a like. Check out some of the other videos on the channel. Make sure you go to DorkyDad's channel. Check out all of his videos. I mean, when I need a guide on something to do in the game, I go check out his channel for that. That's pretty much it. Any other final thoughts?
No, that's it, man. Thanks for having me as always.
All right, you ready? Shine with the fist. Let's ready for a fist bump.
All right, here we go.
Shiny, shiny fist. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin, DorkyDad out. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Thanks for watching.